heard what the attorneys have said the resolution in this case is?
Yes.
And is that how you wish to resolve it?
Yes.
Will you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Ms. Jones, it's my understanding that the agreement today is that you will plead no contest to assault and/or assault and battery. That is a 93-day misdemeanor and/or a fine of $500, and consecutive sentencing may be imposed if the offense happened in the place of confinement. Now, along.
What's up, tribe? Today we are covering a court judge who is so fed up with feminists to the point where he refuses to give them a deal. So let's get into this.
With that, there's what's called a Killebrew agreement. And what that is the prosecution and your attorney and you have reached an agreement that you'll be placed on a delay of sentence. And if you're successful with that delay of sentence, the case would be dismissed. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, if I decide that I do not want to go along with that agreement, you have the option to withdraw your plea. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Additionally, this is going to be a no contest plea due to potential civil liability. What that means is that the alleged victim in this case could potentially sue you for any damages in which she's incurred. A no contest plea allows me to read a document, looks like it's going to be a police report, and use that police report to determine whether or not there's a factual basis to accept the plea and to use that for sentencing purposes. Do you understand that? Additionally, a no contest plea cannot be used against you. So if you were going to plead guilty and this person sued you, that guilty plea could be used against you. The no contest plea means that it's not. Essentially, you're accepting responsibility without saying that you did it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And is that how you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Back on March 31st of this year, were you on probation or parole?
No.
Were you on bond in any other file?
No.
Then Ms. Jones, to the offense that on or about March 31st, 2025, here in the city of Cadillac of Wexford County, how do you plead to committing the offense of assault and/or assault and battery?
No contest.
As does the court. I find the plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. As such, Ms. Jones, I find you guilty of assault and/or assault and battery. In particular, on March 31st, 2025, there is a video that shows Ms. Jones hitting, kicking, kneeing as the victim is lying in a fetal position by what's commonly referred to as the old dam. The court can take judicial notice that is located here.
Okay, now, how much do you want to bet that this person that she was kneeing, kicking, and beating and taking a video of was a boy? Yeah, probably an underage boy. Yeah. Because let's face it, one thing I find very disturbing about the feminist movement here is that they teach women at a very young age that as long as you only commit a crime towards a boy, you have legal immunity. And another thing that the feminist movement teaches here to women at a young age, that like, hey, you can get away with hitting a boy because if he hits you back, the only thing anyone's ever going to see is, oh, man hit a woman. This leads me to ask a very serious question once again. If a woman is hitting and beating a boy up, like she's actually physically hitting him, does that then therefore make it fair game for a man to hit back? That's the question I thought we should be asking.
In the city of Cadillac, and it is between Haynes Street and River or Wright Street. The victim is a 14-year-old middle schooler. The victim reported that she had no injuries. It is alleged in the police report that Ms. Jones posted another video on TikTok captioned round 2. And this appeared to be all over some things that were said about another's deceased mother. As such, I find that the elements.
Okay, so, because I was mistaken, it's a woman. Probably a girl who did not side with her. Because that's another thing. The feminist movement teaches women here at a young age, where if a woman does not automatically side with you, you should treat her like a deserter. You should. Also, let's go back to part how she posted everything on TikTok. Let's go back to that. Because I think we all know the reason why. And the reason why is because right here in the West, if men and women are guilty of the exact same crime, women usually get off with a much lighter sentence, like they do. So she has every reason to not care. She really does.
Made out for an assault and battery, and that this would have been an unwanted.
Oh, sorry for interrupting again, but I also want to point out that, like, she was making fun of this victim's deceased mother, clearly demonstrating she has no respect for the dead. Nobody. I mean, she really does not have respect for the dead at all. If a man were to do the exact same thing, he would be called every single thing in the book. But for some reason, if women do it because of the feminist movement, the majority of women who disrespect the dead, they get off. Like, they don't show any. It gets, it just gets moved out. Like, it doesn't get paid attention to. It really does not.
Forceful, violent touching. Mr. Carnes, are we able to sentence today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hartel, any allocution?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Anytime it's no contest, especially for civil liability, I'm cautious to overly allocute for obvious reasons. But what I will say is my client has, to my knowledge, done well on bond. She stayed in constant contact with the defender's office, been very cooperative. She does have strong ties to the community. I don't doubt she'll do well on probation. She's highly motivated to do well and receive the benefit of the delay. I, in these situations, always advise my clients if they don't do well, there is the risk of jail later, the loss of the delay, the public adult record. She's a relatively young adult. She wants to be able to pursue various careers and ambitions. At the moment, she's working at Qdoba. She's aware she owes some money on some older files, but she is going to, I believe, do a wage assignment, if I understand that correctly. She also has some friends with her in the courtroom who've been supportive throughout these procedures, and I don't doubt will continue to be supportive of her as well. I ask the court to uphold the killer. Thank you.
Carnes?
Of course, she has friends that are supporting her, of course. Because that's one thing we covered on the channel multiple times where, like, hey, there's some, because of the feminist movement, there are just so many women who will support women no matter what they do. Like, literally. I mean, heck, there's been multiple times where, like, hey, we covered on the channel of women accusing men of being looking creeps when they're not even doing anything. And so many women on the internet are fully ready to believe it, even though there's no evidence of a guy doing anything wrong. So yeah, of course she has so many friends who are supporting her. Of course she does.
Your Honor, this is a disturbing incident involving a defendant and a 14-year-old. Clearly shows some lack of judgment, lack of maturity. However, the defendant does not have any prior convictions. I think ultimately this is a fair resolution of the file. I'd ask the court to place Ms. Jones on a delay of sentence up to 8.
Mr. Carnes, I know the CCH is relatively blank because she's just now 18, but there's some juvenile history, is there not?
Your Honor, I don't show that online, and I am familiar with Ms. Jones on some other things, but not where she was the defendant. If the court has
well, I'm just trying to remember. I remember seems like climbing on top of the school for the 4th of July. Were there charges on that?
She reached 18. That was resolved with the civil infraction. I'm just going purely off memory, Your Honor.
I'm going to be very honest with everybody. I don't plan on following this Killebrew agreement. She's an 18-year-old who literally kicked and beat a 14-year-old in a fetal position on the ground because of something that was said about somebody else's deceased mother, and then had the gall to post another video of it on TikTok. That's not somebody who's making a mistake. That's not what this type of thing is designed for. A delay of sentence is to allow the court to determine whether or not the person will be successful on a term of delay in sentence, and hopefully follow through with the plans. From what I've seen from Ms. Jones and Mr. Carnes, if you tell me that charges weren't brought, I trust you on that. But I can tell you, and I'm not using any of my prior knowledge because clearly it's not full, but I do know from my time as the elected prosecutor here and as judge And I believe she has another case coming up that she has to be arraigned on with Judge Van Alts, because I had a conflict on that because I was the elected prosecutor when that was arose. This is not a one-time mistake. Ms. Jones has been in and out of this.
And I'll be honest with you, when you're dealing with feminists, it usually is never a one-time mistake. It usually is deliberate. It is. I don't know, have you ever been in a situation where a woman's trying to utilize trying to do harm to you, and it doesn't matter which way you look at it, there's no real beneficial element for this kind of behavior. There really is not. And that's when you're going to start noticing, though, like, hey, sorry, that was my phone. This is not being done out of feeling uncomfortable or anything. This is being done out of pleasure. It is. If a woman's basically doing something, enacting behavior that's, just completely unacceptable behavior, and doesn't matter which way you look at it, you can't really find anything of benefit that she could get out of it. Like, there's nothing of benefit this woman can get out of this. Then I got news for you. This woman is not doing it out of feeling uncomfortable. She's doing it out of pleasure, out of fun. Which means, if she's doing it out of pleasure and fun, that means it's deliberate. It is. So yeah, I'm going to have to agree with this judge's decision. I'm going to have to. Anyways, that's all we got time for today. We kept a link of the original video in the description for all you guys to avoid copyright claims. This is a reactionary based channel after all.